Bro, it's still time is money, but my name, Tizzle. What's the deal, though? What's the deal? I got you with this title, huh? Yeah, I know. This might be the most player shit I ever seen. Well, I ain't seen it yet, but, like, you feel me? Like, we gonna keep it sweet on the intro, short and sweet. We just gonna get straight to the video, you feel me? Ain't no kids here, ain't no none of that right now, bro. It's just Time is Money TV. See what we going.
Four women, one inmate, all pregnant at the same time. Believe me.
Crazy off the bat, bro. Off the bat, bro. If this nigga, I mean, if this dude not like the top ranked member in this gang, bro, like we finna see like what's going on. What we guessing? Well, I don't even know what to guess yet for real, but just crazy. I bet. No, we're not gonna say that. So let's just.
That's not even the strangest part of this story. In late 2012, FBI agents listening to a wiretap recorded a single sentence that would shake every prison administrator in America.
This is my jail. I make every final call in here.
The man speaking wasn't a warden. He wasn't a corrections.
If I'd have heard that, no, look. We not finna act like that voice go with that face.
Administrator in America.
This is my jail. I make every final call in here.
That gotta be AI rereading that, bro, because there's no way that's bro voice getting 4 guards pregnant like that. Come on now. That voice came from a Michael, not a Jamal or whatever this nigga name is.
The man speaking wasn't a warden. He wasn't a corrections officer. He wasn't even a free man. He was an inmate, locked inside Baltimore City Detention Center, awaiting trial for attempted murder. So how does a man with no keys, no cash, and no official power pull in $15,800 in a single month from inside a concrete cell?
A scathing federal indictment alleges a group of corrupt corrections officers and gang members inside the Baltimore City Detention Center smuggled in drugs and cell phones. That indictment names 25 people.
No doubt about it, Donna. Call it text, drugs, and wiretaps, all involved in this case, which shows a system with few controls. Female officers having sex with prison inmates, prison officials willing to look the other way.
How does he handle?
They was getting paid, bro. I mean, he was making more than 15. It was more than 15 coming in if they got the jail on payroll.
The keys to a BMW and a Mercedes-Benz to the very women paid to guard him. And maybe the question that should haunt every American taxpayer: how did the federal government miss an entire criminal empire operating right under their nose for nearly 4 years? His name was Taven White. The streets called him Bulldog. And what you're about to hear will change the way you look at the American prison system forever. To understand what Taven White built, you have to understand where he built it.
I'm in my 30s trying to eat more protein.
Bruh,
this is what I got from Factor this week. Full week
bro.
of hitting my protein goals with real meals. Not powders, not protein.
Summer of 2009. The temperature inside Baltimore City Detention.
By the way, hey, pull up, like, comment, subscribe so we can get these ads off. We going premium once we get 20 subscribers, bro. Here, YouTube premium at 20 subscribers. Let's go.
Center hit 104 degrees Fahrenheit. No air conditioning, broken plumbing, leaking into the hallways. The whole place smelled like an alley that hadn't been hosed down in a decade. 750 men crammed into a building older than the light bulb, and somewhere in that mess, a legend was about to be born. Locals called the place the Castle. Built in 1859, it loomed over East Eager Street like a medieval stone monster, Gothic towers and iron-barred windows watching over downtown Baltimore. Beautiful from the outside, a nightmare.
I was just about to say, that is not beautiful. I thought, yeah, for sure. On the inside, it's crazy.
On the inside, summers turned the upper tiers into a furnace.
But ain't no jail beautiful. Like, I don't even know why we describing that like that. We know that.
Winters dropped them into cold storage. The cells were barely bigger than closets, often packed with 2 men breathing the same stale air. Then there were
I was just about to say, can we get to the inmates and the guards, bro? I did not come for MTV Cribs on the on the jail, bro. You just started off bad, bro, with a gang of information that we not trying to hear about.
The people supposed to keep order, most of them were women, young, underpaid, pulled off the street with barely a few weeks of training before being handed a uniform and dropped into a building full of predators who studied human weakness, the way Wall Street studies stocks. They were never trained for psychological manipulation. They were never trained for what was coming. But here's what nobody wants to admit.
Basically, he's saying they was green. You know what I'm saying? They was all the way going. They was never trained for this lifestyle.
Corruption didn't start with Tavon White. It was already there. Cigarettes for favor, cell phones for cash, guards looking the other way because confrontation wasn't worth the paperwork. White didn't create the rot. He just became the first man to look at it and see the blueprint for an empire. And he wasn't the first to try. Years before Tavon ever walked through those gates.
Bro, I look like, oh, okay, it's blood on there. I was gonna say that low-key look like a joint or something, or maybe I'm trying to smoke. Might be just me, but that for sure looked like a little burnt joint, like it got lit. You feel me? I don't know. Maybe it's that time.
Another BGF leader named Eric Marcel Brown had written an actual book on how to run the gang from inside prison walls. Tavon learned from him, every word of it. Tavon White grew up on the east side of Baltimore, in neighborhoods where the difference between making it and getting buried came down to who you knew and how fast you learned. He joined the Black Guerrilla family young. By the time the cops slapped the cuffs on him in 2009 for attempted murder, he was already wearing the colors. Most people thought that arrest was the end of his story. It was the beginning, because while the other inmates were counting days, Tavon White was counting people who looked scared, who avoided eye contact. Which guard lingered a second too long when he spoke? Which one laughed too loud at his jokes? He read that jail the way a chess player reads a board.
It's hot as hell in here. Give me 1 second. I gotta grab the chapstick. Shit. All right, my bad. We back.
Ahead of everyone else. The lonely ones, the unappreciated ones, the ones who came home to empty apartments and bills they couldn't pay. He saw them all. And he remembered street psychology. That's what they call it in East Baltimore. You don't learn it in a classroom. You learn it on a corner where misreading a man's face can cost you your life. But Tavon needed more than instinct. He needed a blueprint, and that came from a man named Eric Marcel Brown, the original commander of BGF in Maryland.
I'm not gonna lie, bro, these are some weak, like graphics, bro. I'm not hating on your video or nothing, because we using it to see the story. But damn, bro, I'm seeing a whole lot of shit I don't care about.
Locked up in a different facility, running the gang from his own cell, Brown had done something no Baltimore gangster had ever done before. He wrote a book. They called it the Black Book, part manifesto, part operations manual, part recruitment pitch. It taught younger members how to organize, how to discipline, how to turn a prison into a corporation. Tavon studied it like scripture. He started building his circle.
Do this book say anything about the guards in the prison, bro? I don't care. I'm finna fast forward.
His right hand was Jamar Anderson. The streets called him Hammer for reasons that didn't need explaining. Then there was Joseph Young, known as Monster, a name that would matter later in ways Tavon didn't see coming. Together they ran the tiers. They settled disputes before knives came out. They kept the chaos manageable. And then it happened. The moment that changed everything. Tavon White realized the guards were trusting him more than they trusted their own supervisors. They came to him when fights broke out. They asked him to calm men down. And here's the part nobody at the top wanted.
He was the big dog in there, huh? For sure, huh? Because they probably already had a crush on him or something. Or like they had to already had liked the nigga, because walking up to him, asking him what to do and thinking he'd, like, you feel me? Like, or that's how they explained it.
Wanted to admit the administration knew, they saw it happening. They just needed the peace too badly to stop it.
They're pressing.
Oh yeah.
They're pressing. Oh my Gemini!
If he wasn't
Guys,
there,
if you're still balding in 2026, what are you doing? There's an easy solution. It doesn't cost tens of thousands of dollars.
Which brings us to the question that still keeps prison reformers up at night. How does a man with no keys, no legal authority, and not a single dollar in his pocket convince four women
bro, that's what I've been asking you for 6 minutes and 25 seconds, bro. Like,
paid by the
all right, let's check him out. Let's check him out. I mean, for a jail nigga, he did good, bro. Not like, you feel me? We not finna like properly go through and like deep dive into him. We might have passed on one of those, but nah, to be in jail, like, you feel me? I don't know how much time he has, so like, yeah, bro, like he could have did way worse.
state of Maryland to guard him, to carry his children. It started with one Jennifer Owens, 31 years old, the pioneer, the woman who opened the door
The pioneer.
that none of the others would have walked through if she hadn't gone first. She started small, a pack of cigarettes here, a little marijuana tucked into her uniform there. Nothing happened.
So basically, all the other guards knew. Like, he basically saying she cracked it off. Like, yeah, girl, come in here and get this. Like, that's crazy. So they sister wives on the same, like, at the same time as being, like, yeah, hey, props to him, bro. But I ain't gonna lie, they need help, bro. They need help, bro. Or let me see how much time this nigga got, cause then it might make sense. Like, maybe they think, when he get out, it's a chance that you feel me, he gonna lock him down, or you know what I'm saying, make shit right. But
Nobody
help.
noticed. And the longer nothing happened, the bolder she got. By the time the FBI pulled her records, Owens had the name Tavon inked across her neck like a brand.
bruh, you can't. Oh, yeah. No, he was in there going crazy. He was in there going crazy. Oh yeah. Like, bruh, you come on now. You can't tat his name on your. They need to show real pictures of her, bro. Like, I'm trying to see what this look like, bro.
She wasn't hiding it anymore. She was advertising it. Then came Katera Stevenson, 24, the quietest of the four. She kept her head down, spoke in short sentences, did her job, but the other inmates noticed. Her eyes followed Bulldog every time he walked past her station. She slipped Suboxone strips inside her shoes, walked them through the metal detectors that never seemed to catch anything.
Oh, that's the little shit niggas be getting. Yeah, I'm straight.
And handed them off in the kind of quick exchanges that look like nothing if you're not paying attention. She got Tavon's name tattooed too, on her wrist this time.
Oh yeah, he was going crazy. That was like his little brand then, huh? He was like, yeah, I'm finna stamp all these hoes in here. That's crazy. Yeah, he was a big dog.
Tania Brooks was 27, the one who got the diamond ring. She hid pills under her waistband.
What?
And controlled certain
I'm
doors
not gonna lie.
on her wrist
I was
this
trying
time.
to reserve
Tania
my,
Brooks was 20.
Unless this a low, like, I probably need to zoom in a little bit, but
27, the one who got the diamond ring. She hid pills under her waistband and controlled certain doors that opened at certain times.
so he trying to say
Doors
he
that should
married
have
her?
stayed locked. She wasn't reckless like Owens. She was useful, and Tavon rewarded usefulness with jewelry that cost more than her monthly paycheck. Then there was Tiffany Linder, also 27, the smartest of them all. She smuggled cell phones, the most valuable contraband in the building, tucked into her hair, into places nobody was authorized.
Nah, hey, he got a. Why we ain't never heard about him, bro? We need a movie about him, bro. Like how they did Frank Lucas and BMF and all that. We need a movie about this, bro. Like, cause he wasn't just picking them like exactly for how they look. Like he was picking them by their value, by their usefulness. Like what credentials you got. You feel me? Like what can you get in here, bro? And then I'll give you access to me. And then on top of all that, you still gotta stamp it. You still gotta go get tatted, bro. Like the other one on the neck is crazy. Like the wrist, you can hide that. Let her throw on a little wristband or something, or like you feel me. But on the neck, like yeah, she was wildin', bro. I ain't gonna lie. I probably would have made her cover that up.
Eyes to search. But her real value wasn't in what she carried, it was in what she heard. FBI agents would later catch Tavon on a wiretap saying,
I just got a message from Linder. They're pulling a shakedown tonight.
That shit pissed me off, bro. That's not his voice, bro. They could have at least AI'd him with, like, you feel me? Like, if y'all, hey, whoever channel this is, bro, if you need, you feel me? If you need a good AI voice that's African American, bro, come holla at me, bro, because this ain't it.
I just got a message from Linder. They're pulling a shakedown tonight.
she was his early warning system, his eyes inside the administration. Here's what people miss about how this happened. Tavon never threatened these women. He never had to. The first one helped him, and nothing bad came of it.
It's a family crisis that's unfolding in real time. A mother is patting her 10-month-old baby boy on the back.
Word spread. The second one watched the first one get gifts and attention, and someone who actually listened to her at the end of a long shift. The third saw the second. The fourth saw the third. It was a domino. And Tavon didn't push the pieces. He just stood there and let them fall toward him. Then something
fall on him, man. He got babies by all four of them, bro. He was letting them fall on that. That's crazy.
And flipped. Somewhere around 2011, it wasn't Tavon White chasing these women anymore. They were competing for him. Jealousy crept onto the tears.
AI is crazy, bro. AI is crazy. Cause I ain't gonna lie, like, if I wasn't like hip to what you would think this is a real picture, bro. Like, not that that's him and them, like, but like you would really be going like, damn, he got like that's crazy. AI is crazy. It'll have some old niggas like lost.
Who got the BMW? Who got the Mercedes Benz? Who got the diamond ring? Two of them put his name on their bodies in permanent ink, a kind of loyalty contest you don't see outside of cults. The other inmates saw it. They whispered. The other guards saw it too. And some of them looked the other way because saying something meant becoming a target. By 2012, the pregnancies couldn't be hidden anymore. Uniforms got tighter. Doctors' notes got passed around. Co-workers did the math.
I'm trying to see the time frame. I'm trying to see how fast apart. Like if these is like months apart and weeks apart, everybody going out for the. That's crazy. He legendary. I'm not gonna lie. He legendary.
And came up with the same impossible answer. And here's the detail that took years to come out. One of those 4 women didn't get pregnant once. She got pregnant twice.
Bruh. I ain't gonna lie. All the stuff you sneak. Oh. Yeah, bro. If you would have got maybe. If she got pregnant and had a miscarriage or something, like, regardless, bro, all the stuff y'all sneaking in this prison, bro, y'all should have, like, took y'all chance on some condoms, bro. Like, it's no way y'all getting pregnant by this nigga in jail. Because, like, sound like after all this, he finna have hella more charges. So, it's a wrap, bro. Like, it's a wrap for any kind of taking care of that baby on the outside. But yeah, y'all should have for sure been nigga bust one box. Y'all all sneaking in condoms. Y'all all know what's going on. Let's all make this productive and like you feel me. This is crazy.
5 children from 4 women.
Oh, 5. Oh wait. So she had it. She had it. I'm thinking like she lost it and she did. Yeah, put it like I already said, bro was legendary, but put like a asterisk, like you feel me, another special point, like with a description, like four baby mamas, 5 kids. I'm thinking this nigga one and one, like you feel me, ain't no way somebody else finna let you get them, like let you get them pregnant again. I'm thinking ain't no way that's finna happen. Yeah, that's crazy. He's the GOAT.
All born to corrections officers, paid by the state to keep Tavon White locked away from the public. In a slow month, Tavon White cleared $15,800.
Okay.
Let that sink in. That was more than the annual take-home of some of the corrections officers walking past his cell every day. Here's how he pulled it off. The supply chain started outside the walls and ran straight through the front gate of BCDC in the uniforms of the women already in love with him. Cigarettes were the entry-level product, marked up to 10 times street value because nicotine cravings don't negotiate. Marijuana brought a steadier flow of cash, but the real money was in Suboxone strips, slipped into shoes.
I was about to say, yeah, they fuck all this other, you know what I'm saying? Them strips right there. Yeah, they was finna go crazy off those. And it's like, it's crazy the shit that'll make you like, it'll get you so much bread in jail. Is stuff out here that's normal price that people taking for granted, and like, you know what I mean? Like, hey, don't play with your freedom, yo. I'm not saying go to jail and make money, but like, you feel me? Like, just the balance, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, niggas is paying the super high for a cigarette, for some tree, for something we take advantage of every day, bro. Like, as soon as this video over, I'm finna roll up. So like, I'm not trying to go to jail, bro. That's why we here, bro. Subscribe, like, comment, and subscribe. Keep me out of jail.
Into bras, into hairlines, because inmates kicking heroin will pay almost anything to make the withdrawal stop. And then there were the cell phones, the crown jewels, wrapped in plastic, tucked into hair buns, walked past metal detectors that nobody bothered to calibrate. Every phone inside the building meant another line out. To a dealer on the corner, a girlfriend on the couch, a customer who didn't know he was about to be cut into the operation. But contraband is only half the business. You still have to move the money. And this is where Tavon got smart in a way the feds didn't see coming for years. Green Dot prepaid debit cards. You could buy them at any 7-Eleven, any drugstore, any gas station in America. Load cash onto a card. Read the card number over a smuggled cell phone. Done. No bank account, no paper trail, no federal regulator looking over your shoulder.
No, nothing.
A guy in
Just
Baltimore
cash.
could load $500 at a CVS, call the number into
Or
the
Walgreens.
jail, and Tavon's outside crew would have product on the street within an hour. The cards moved millions through the system before anyone in law enforcement understood what was happening. Every week, the inmates say, Tavon held what they came to call town hall meetings. He sat down on a folding chair. He listened to complaints. He settled debts. He set the rules. Who paid what? Who answered to who? Which fights were sanctioned? And which ones got you a beating from your own crew?
I spent 25 years in the SEAL teams, and we dry fired all the time. We
Like
didn't
I
have
said,
something as cool.
He ran it the way a Fortune 5
Tavon need a movie, bro. I'm trying to see the Tavon movie, bro. Tell 50 Cent, Stars. Who the Stars? Show the Stars. Pick that up, bro. I'm trying to see. It ain't even got just one season, bro. I'm just trying to see this operation and how he was. I really want to know the difference in the age of these kids.
100 CEO runs a quarterly review.
Like I didn't come. Like, don't get me wrong. It's a cool documentary. I would have watched the Tavon and the Black Gorilla family and all that. That would have been dope. But you know what we came to see, bro. We came to see how he got it cracking like that.
Only this CEO was running a criminal enterprise inside a state-owned building paid for by Maryland taxpayers. And here's the part that still makes federal investigators uncomfortable when you ask them about it. While Tavon White was running BCDC, violence on the tiers went down, stabbings dropped, fights got broken up before they exploded. Inmates were safer under the rule of a convicted criminal than they were under the management of the state of Maryland. The administration didn't want to say it out loud, but the numbers said it for them.
We need
By
Tavon.
now you might be thinking I'm exaggerating. Fair enough. A story this wild deserves to be questioned. So let's separate what the courts actually proved from what the internet decided was true.
Sex was so prevalent inside the jails that BGF leader Tavon White fathered children with 4 different female officers. 2 had his name tattooed on their bodies. Corrections officer Jennifer Owens was heard to say, "I understand you're stressed out because you're locked up, but I am too. You locked up and I'm pregnant again. Who does that?"
You do that, bruh. Who do it the first time, though? I'm not gonna lie, like that's cool and all that, but like, this a dope story. Like you feel me? Like we could laugh about it, we could high five and be like, yeah, bro, the GOAT. But like, they all crazy, bro, except him. Like who wouldn't? Like you feel me? But he the only one in the position to where I would. It's okay, but like it's understandable. Cause there's no way, bro. Like it's no way you in here. You had 2 kids by him, and then another one watched you get pregnant. Another one watched you get like, and y'all all was just like, yeah, we all gonna keep him. Like, yeah, y'all all crazy, bro.
Now, White admitted to the jury that he had had sexual relationships with several of the corrections officers and that he fathered children while in jail.
The blogs will tell you Tavon White was sleeping with 11 different corrections officers. The court records say otherwise. 4 pregnancies, a handful of additional relationships, nowhere near 11. The Wikipedia rabbit holes will tell you the court records say otherwise. 4 pregnancies, a handful of additional relationships,
4. I thought it was 5.
Nowhere near 11. The Wikipedia rabbit holes will tell you he fathered a dozen children inside that jail. Federal prosecutors put the number at 5, not more, not less. 5.
You can't have 5 babies and 4 pregnancies. Am I doing the math wrong? Somebody had twins?
You'll hear people claim he ran every BGF cell from Baltimore to the Eastern Shore. That one's only half right. He was the commander of BGF inside BCDC, like, not the citywide shot caller. Some podcasters made him out to be. On the other hand, when people say the whole jail was bought and paid for, the courts more or less agreed. 24 corrections officers were eventually convicted. 24, that isn't a few bad apples. That's a system, and then there's the money. The street says Tavon was pulling in millions. The wiretaps and bank records say $15,800 in his best month.
Claims to make a nice profit, according.
They be back and forth trying to make him seem like he was just going crazy, going there. Like they said a light month was 15K, and now they saying that's his best month. So it's like the story's kind of all over the place.
The indictment selling smuggled drugs and phones. My profit was $15,800 and something, or $16,800, $16,400, something. That ain't bad for a whole month.
Big money for a man in a cell. Not Pablo Escobar money. But here's the thing about legends. The facts shrink. The myth grows. Walk through certain corners of East Baltimore today, and you'll still hear his name in rap lyrics, in barbershop arguments, in podcasts, run out of bedrooms. To some young men out there, Bulldog is a cautionary tale. To others, he's a blueprint. What none of them knew, back when the empire was at its peak, was that somebody was already listening, somebody who didn't say a word for months, recording every call, mapping every transaction, waiting for the right moment to bring the whole thing down.
I tried everything to help with my gut health. As soon as I started eating Factor's Mediterranean meals, I was shocked. Before Factor, I was constantly bloated.
The first cracks appeared back in 2009. The same year, Tavon White walked into BCDC in handcuffs. Federal agents, 2 facilities over, were closing in on his mentor. Eric Marcel Brown, the author of the Black Book, the architect of BGF Maryland, got swept up in a separate racketeering case that pulled 24 people down with him.
Yeah, I was gonna say in the beginning too, like, it sounded cool for a second, but like, you can't write a book. Like, it's gonna end up in evidence. Like, you see, they talking about it right now, so clearly the book is common knowledge or it's in evidence somewhere. But yeah, bro, you can't write the book. Like, you finna be public enemy #1, bro. Like, to the police. So, and watch, there's gonna be a nigga that snitch, bro. Like, you gonna write the book about how to be the best gang, and then you gonna the deluxe edition, they got the, by the way, we left this part out, nigga. Then you tell when they catch your stupid ass. Like, come on, bro. Come on.
The feds didn't know it yet, but Brown's arrest was the loose thread. The investigators who picked it up couldn't stop pulling. Cell phones kept appearing in Maryland jails that shouldn't have had them. Patterns started showing up. Calls from inside the walls to street corners across Baltimore. Somebody was running something. Somebody big. By late 2012, the FBI's Baltimore field office had heard enough. They made a decision that would change everything. They were gonna tap the smuggled cell phones inside BCDC. Phones the inmates assumed were untouchable. Over the next 3 months, agents recorded thousands of calls. The recordings were so damning, so detailed, so brazen. The Baltimore office had to call in extra analysts just to keep up with the transcripts. They weren't just hearing a smuggling operation. They were hearing a corporation, and then they heard it. The sentence that would become the title of every news story written about this case. Tavon White on a recorded line, talking to another BGF member about a dispute on the tiers, saying with the calm of a man who had forgotten anyone could be listening,
"This is my jail. I make every final call in here."
It wasn't a boast. That's what gave the agents chills.
Yeah.
It was a statement of fact. He believed it because it was true. And in that moment,
and they probably played that so many times. Like, look, he said it his own self right here. He says he's the shot caller. He's the shot caller. That's probably exactly what they like verbatim too.
The supervising agent on the case knew they didn't need more evidence. They had a confession on tape. They just had to build the rest of the case around it. They started mapping Tavon White at the top, Jamar Anderson Hammer as his enforcer, Joseph Young, Monster, circling for the throne, the 4 pregnant officers feeding the pipeline, then the layer of guards below them, the lookouts, the gate openers, the ones who tipped.
I ain't gonna lie. In the comments, if you made it this far, what's the best baby mama? I know it's all blurry, but who the best baby mama? We gotta take into account what they was doing too. You feel me? What they was doing. Who the best baby mama? Like, you feel me? We could play it back and think about what they did, what was their value, but who y'all think was the best baby mama? In the comments.
Then the layer of guards below them, the lookouts, the gate openers, the ones who tipped off shakedowns, outside suppliers, kitchen workers, a web of 24 corrections officers, and 20 more co-conspirators that look less like a prison scandal and more like the org chart of a multinational company. April 23rd, 2013, 6 in the morning, federal agents staged at 12 locations across Baltimore. Homes, apartments, a few.
2013, so yeah. Damn, his kid's old as hell right now, bro. They probably could watch YouTube and, hey, yo, daddy, it's the truth, bro. Can't say the same about y'all moms. But, hey, bro, you know, but your dad, your dad did what any dad would do in his position, bro. But I hope y'all don't be like y'all moms. Not like that, like you know.
Cars in driveways with engines still warm, warrants in hand, doors about to come off their hinges. In a few hours, Tavon White's empire would be done, but even as the first agents stepped onto front porches and lifted their fists to knock, the man at the center of it all had no idea what was coming. The doors came down at dawn. By the end of that morning, 25 people were in federal custody, and the indictment kept growing. Within months, the number climbed to 44. Inmates, corrections officers, suppliers, kitchen staff. Tavon White himself was pulled from his cell with the same calm he showed on every wiretap. He didn't shout, he didn't fight, he already knew. What nobody expected was what came next. Tavon White, the king of BCDC, the man whose name was tattooed on women's bodies, the commander tiers full of men called Sir, sat down with federal prosecutors and started talking. In the BGF code, what he did was the worst sin you can commit: cooperation, snitching.
I take it all back. I take it all back. Take it all back. Nah, like yeah, bro. Like take the asterisk off, take the stars, take all the like look, I'm not an advocate for being a criminal, a super criminal, none of that, like nothing, bro. Like if you choose that though, like you feel me, then that's your shit, bro. Like I get it's times to when you could call yourself not part of that no more, but not in the middle of some shit or not like because you got caught. Like you feel me? If you did all your shit, you know what? I want to change my life. I want to. That's understandable, bro. But not under police. With the police's instruction or like you feel me, like that's weak, bro. That's weak. Like the police shit, word I was looking for was influence. Yeah, not with the police's influence. Yeah, that's trash, bro. So like, yeah, I'm not, like I said, if you thugging, you thugging. I'm not saying kids go sign up to be in a gang and do all that crazy shit. But if you there in the middle of the crime or after the crime, if you are asked about it and facing the consequences of whatever, you know what I'm saying, that life has brought you, that's not the time to be like, you know what, nah, that ain't it. So yeah, he's not a legend, bro. He's not. I'm sorry, bro. That was premature of me. Sorry, kids.
He named names. He explained the pipeline. He sat on the witness stand and described affairs, beatings, the whole machine, because under the deal he cut, the federal time would run alongside his state sentence. He chose math over loyalty. The judge gave him 12 years, federal, 20 years state, served concurrently. Of the 44 defendants, 40 were state.
So yeah, you see what I'm saying? Like a nigga tell you, don't do this, punishing snitches, punishing all of this crazy shit, but given that opportunity or you know what I mean, put in a position to where it's you or me, like a lot of niggas not you feel me, they not standing on that. So like I said, if you thugging, you thugging. But don't do it like this. But at the same time, you can't, you clearly niggas do it, bro. Clearly niggas do it. So like, you can't just be like, yeah, I'm gonna make this decision for me. But you don't know, you can't make nobody else's decision when they get put in this situation. So at the same time, bro, I'd like, keep that in account too. It's not just you. You gotta know who's solid, who not. And shit, a lot of times it don't be who you think.
Served concurrently. Of the 44 defendants, 40 were convicted. 24 were corrections officers in uniforms paid for by Maryland taxpayers. 2 years later, the governor shut the men's side of BCDC down for good. By 2021, the castle on East Eager Street was rubble. But Tavon White's story didn't die with the building. It lives in Baltimore rap verses, in true crime podcasts, in the training rooms where federal agents teach the next generation how to spot a prison empire before it grows. He proved something the American government still doesn't want to say out loud. When the official system collapses, power always finds a way to fill the empty space. And here's what almost nobody talks about. After Tavon left, another man stepped into that vacuum. Smarter, quieter, harder to catch.
That's what's up. Shout out to the next man who stepped up. And bro, it's still time is money, but my name Tezzle. I swear I make this look easy, but it ain't simple. And don't be dumb, my name young, but I ain't little. Whole team full of shooters, bro, I can't dribble. Sometimes me on some